Hello everyone. Today we are going through abstraction concept quickly. Remember guys, these videos are to do revision only. These are not classroom videos. You can visit my classroom videos on the link which I have posted in description here in this video. Please read my description. Now definition of abstraction. Exposing only required things is called as abstraction. Don't say hiding or something. What you should say? Exposing only required things. Why abstraction? To have specification and implementation in a project, we use abstraction. Let's say I am a project manager. I ask my developer to write code for credit card. My developer will ask what to write. I know he knows how to write, he can build a logic, but he doesn't know what are the trigger points for that logic. So I must give him some hints, some instructions. He's not expecting complete logic from me, but at least he's expecting some hints. If I give him interface like below, this is interface. You can see in diagram. You can see what interface I have shown here. Interface credit card, having view credit history, then do balance transfer, close account, open account with various parameters, with return type. Then it will be very easy for him to implement this interface. Try to understand, these are the specifications. This is just a documentation. Now it's easier for my developer to do development on this. He can write code. As I am a domain expert, I must give him an interface. What is interface? We are seeing here in detail. Now, how we can achieve abstraction? For achieving abstraction in Java, there are two ways. One, interface. Another is abstract class. We are going to see now interface. I am going to list out most important points of interface. Coming to first point. We cannot instantiate interface, but we can create reference variable of interface. The interface doesn't have a constructor. You can see here, interface does not have a constructor. It can be compiled, but cannot run. Interface can extend interface. The interface can extend multiple interfaces also. See example. I have class X. What I tried to do here, I wrote a method without body. It will give compile time error. So please remember, what happens whenever you write a class, you must write methods body over there. You cannot leave just like that. But the interface is the only feature which we have in Java where we can have methods without body. Obviously there is another feature which we are going to discuss later, that is abstract class. These are the combinations which are allowed. Interface can extend interface 1 as well as 2. What I want to show here, multiple interfaces can be extended by one interface. Class extends class and implements an interface, possible. Class implements interface, possible. Class extend class implements interface 1, comma interface 2, possible. See examples. I have interface I1 and what I did here, interface I2 which extends I1, means interface can extend interface, which is very much possible. Another example, interface I3 where I extended by I1, I2, possible, no problem. I'm just trying to show here you various scenarios, various examples so that you will remember these scenarios. Interface, next scenario, interface I1 I have with method void M1. What I did here, I wrote a class and I'm implementing that interface. But see here, I didn't write anything inside a class. Anything means I should and must implement all methods of interface into a class. But I didn't do here. That's why it is giving us compile time error. Next example, you can see what I did here. I wrote class X. I implement same interface here. But I wrote body and that's why it is correct. In earlier example, I didn't write body. That's why it was an error. Here, I gave body, I have implemented it, I have overridden it. In other words, what I can say, I have overridden it. That's why it is correct. Next example you can see, class extends class and implement interface. See here, class X is there, then I have class Y, which is implementing I1. Here don't get me mixed with class Y and I1. Y should do his work, I1 should do his work. In class X, you must implement all methods of I1. There is no option. This combination is possible. Next combination, class extends class and implements multiple interface. Perfect, it's possible. So you can see here, X, Y, both are classes, but implementing I1 and I2. Perfect, no problem. In interface, you must remember one more thing. Interface have methods which are always public and abstract. If you want to write access specifier, you must use that as public, not private, not default, not protected, always public. In case of variables, these are always public, final, static. You can use those as a constants as well. So remember, you cannot write anything. You try to write today, write one interface and make their one method private, it will give compile time error. So that is not possible at all. These are all important points about interface. Now I am going to list out here interview questions related to interface. Question may arise, why do we need interface? Obviously for specification, for standards, to maintaining documentation of code, or otherwise you can say to expose third-party API as well. Why there is no constructor inside an interface? Because it is not getting called by a super in a hierarchy, or you can say if you give a constructor, then people start creating object and there are no methods with the body, so they are not going to get anything. That's why Java not provided a constructor over there inside the interface. Next question, as an interface has abstract methods, how will you use the abstract methods of interface? The answer is, implement that methods in a class, or in other words, override those methods in a class and then create an object of that class and call all the methods. Very simple. Next question may be, have you ever used third-party API? You should always say yes. If you have really used, like you can say whether APIs I have used to show on my website, that were interfaces. You can show cricket score on your website, that is from ESPN Star Sport. So like a third-party APIs are there, which are they exposed by different companies. You can use them. They have provided interfaces to us. We are bringing more videos like this. Very important topics, and these videos are only for revision. Please subscribe to my channel for getting notifications. For classroom training, you can call this number. For online training also, you can call the same number. We provide both kind of trainings. We have online as well as classroom training available, where we make guys like expert in every technology. I myself working in a company, so I am taking care of you so that you will also be working at the industry. You can visit my bio in the link provided. We have seen a lot of things about interface. Now we are going to see about abstract class. Abstract class is just like a normal class, but with extra features which we will see in this video. Abstract class can have constructor. Remember, abstract class can have constructor. It can have abstract methods or concrete methods or nothing. What I said, abstract class can have abstract methods or concrete methods or nothing. Means what? Concrete methods means method have body, or mix of both. Some people make confusions here, some people make mistake here, they get confused. They think that abstract class should have abstract methods only. Some people say abstract class should have at least one abstract method. All these things are wrong. You can have all methods with body in abstract class, no problem. You can have all methods abstract class, no problem. You can have mix of both, no problem. Please remember, to use abstract methods of a class, what we need to do? We must extend the abstract class with ordinary class, or must implement all abstract methods in that ordinary class. If we don't want to implement or override that methods, make that class as abstract. If any method is abstract in a class, then that class must be declared as abstract. We cannot instantiate abstract class. Multiple inheritance is not allowed in abstract class, but allowed in interfaces. I listed out everything, every important point of abstract class. Please remember all these points, these are very, very important. Abstract classes are useful if we want others to not call our class directly, but through inheritance. Why? Because you cannot create object of abstract class. And how people will be reaching to us? By creating a subclass. We intentionally want that. That's why we created abstract class. Abstract static final combination is not allowed in Java. Why? Final means you cannot overwrite. Abstract means you have to overwrite. If there is a final class, you cannot extend. If there is abstract class, you have to extend. Means there is a conflict. So that's why this combination is not allowed. See these examples. What I have here, abstract class A, possible, no methods. Abstract class A extend B, possible. Abstract class extend other classes. Don't think like you only abstract class should be extended. You can extend other class by abstract class also. We must override all methods of abstract class in subclass. If you don't, it will give error. But you need to override means not all method exactly, but only abstract methods of superclass you must override into the subclass. If we do not override, then what happens? Then make that method as abstract. But if you don't make that method as abstract, it will give compile time error. Another rule in Java, if any method is abstract, make your class as abstract, not vice versa. I never said class is abstract means make all methods abstract. No, if any method is abstract in a class, then make your class as abstract. See here what I show. I have abstract class with two methods, M1, M2 and M3. M1 and M2, these two methods are abstract, whereas M3 is non-abstract, concrete method with body. What I did later, I created class B which extends class A. Gives an error. Why? Because none of the abstract methods are implemented here. Then what I did, class B extends class A. I overridden only one method. Again it's an error. You have to implement all methods or make this class as abstract. In second example, again one more example, what I did, class B extends class A. Having implemented both methods, that is M1 and M2, so my error will not be there. Next, what I'm showing here, I have abstract class B extends A. I have overridden only one method, but I made my class as abstract. That is also possible in Java. Now coming to interview questions on abstract class. Why does the abstract class have constructor even though you cannot create object? This is a very tricky question you need to remember. Because abstract class needs to be extended, and the class which we are extending have a constructor, have a super into it. So super calls constructor of abstract class. But still you cannot create object, remember. In interface there is no constructor. Next question it may come, can the abstract class have concrete methods only? Answer is yes. I already told you combination. You can have all concrete methods, all abstract methods, mix of both. If abstract class can have both types of method, then what's the use of those concrete methods? What's the use of those concrete methods? How you can call them? As you cannot create an object also, then you should say make those methods as static. You can call directly by class name then. You don't need to create an object, or otherwise you extend that class. And don't override those methods directly. You create an object of subclass and get called that concrete methods. How to call M2 which is concrete of abstract class? Just now I said the answer. Can abstract class extend ordinary class? Answer is yes, there is no limitation for it. So these are the interview questions. Difference between abstract class and interface, that also we need to discuss. This question is many a times people are asking. So number one, interface cannot have constructor, abstract class have constructor. You cannot create object of both, that's true. Interface needs to be implemented, abstract class needs to be extended. Interface supports multiple inheritance, abstract class supports no multiple inheritance, it won't support. Interfaces will have only abstract methods. Abstract class can have abstract as well as concrete methods, mix of both. In access specifier also, in interface you must have all methods access specifier as a public, but in abstract it's not needed. One more example difference you should be remembering, like whenever you implement interface you must write all methods as a public due to overriding concept. You know, in overriding you should have same access specifier to the overridden method or bigger than the superclass method. But in case of abstract class it's not needed, because abstract class can have default method as well. So when you override you can have default as well as public access specifier, which is bigger one. You can read more about this in jpktutorials.com. You can test yourself on jpktest.com. Call us to join our classes on this number. You can see this number on screen. For more detail about our online as well as classroom classes, visit www.javakiran.com. Please give us comments. If you did not like this video, or if you like this video, please share your feedback to us. We are welcoming that. We'll try to improve on it. We'll make more and more material if you give us encouragement. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for supporting us. Please subscribe my channel to get more and more videos like this. Thank you.